Durag Diaries. Yet again, Spurs are robbed. What is going on today in that VAR room? The referees in the UK are a joke, an absolute joke, and I can't take it any longer. It wasn't just our game. All the games across the weekend, there's always bad decisions. But no, we have to talk about what happened today. Robbery. Absolute robbery in North London. And no, look, I ain't going to make this whole match reaction about that, but I am going to let it be known that's how I feel about this game. Because, look, Newcastle 2, Tottenham 1. And I feel like, look, before we even got into the game, we were counted out. We saw what happened to the squad. Half of the first team, we're not talking about injuries, illness. We heard from Ange yesterday that there was an illness bug going through the squad and quite a few players were suffering. But we've now found out we trained with 11 players on Thursday. 11 first-team players trained on Thursday. The rest of them were out, bedridden. Fraser Forster, bedridden. We saw a debut for Brandon Austin. We saw Reguilon play from half-time, 45 minutes in, because man like drug using can't do nothing. No, do you know? I ain't gonna be harsh on him. That performance, he was ill because man like Dragusin was ill. He couldn't finish the game. I'm not gonna be harsh. Archie Gray suffering with the exact same thing. He's ill. Maddison ill. Son ill. Basuma ill. It's just been so unfortunate in every single way for Spurs this season. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And this game epitomized it. This game epitomized it. We saw what happened. 3 minutes in, Spurs on the counter, first attack of the game. We're looking good. We're looking bright. Pedro Porro whips in an absolute beauty. A beauty of a cross. Solanke had some great movement, and the way he timed his diving header, he had to make sure that he jinked Sven Botman. It was beautiful. It was nice. Great little passage of play. But in typical Spurs way, man, it only took a minute and a half. A minute and a half. And they break my heart. But we have to look at what happened. Keeper rolls it out from the back. Archigay plays into Bergvall. Bergvall's sort of picked up a loose ball. And then he's gone and played it through to Pedro Porro. It's licked off of Joelinton's hand. How is that not a disallowed goal? It's hit his hand and went straight into the attacking players. And now people are going to show me, Jords, you don't know the letter of the law. Jords, you don't know that it only gets disallowed if it's the goal-scoring player. I don't give a fuck about the letter of the law because there is no consistency. There's no consistency in this league when it comes to these decisions. It's done on a game-by-game basis whenever they're feeling nice. Whenever they want to do you over, boy, they're going to do you over. This is about storylines. This isn't the Premier League. This is WWE. Vincent McMahon might as well take over. It's an absolute mess. It's an absolute mess. They just want to see Tottenham down bad again. And then straight after that goal, Dan Burn, who's already on a yellow card, deliberately, and yes, I'm going to say deliberately because he lifted his arm up. His arm was out wide. And then he tried to bring it in, but he knew what he'd done. He knew what he was doing. And it was a handball. Referee brushed it off. He brushed it off. How do you not give a yellow for a deliberate handball? Tottenham, yet again, were just robbed, man. Poor decisions. Poor decision-making from the referees. What I will say, let's actually talk about the game. Let's talk about the game. But before I do that, how can I forget? You see, my head's a bit gone today. My head is definitely a little bit gone. I'm not happy with everything that happened. But make sure, if you haven't already, we're 5 minutes into the video, like the damn thing. Like the thing. Just show some love. Just help me push the channel. As you can see, we're on the road to 1K. We're working our way up. We've got about another 180 to go. Please show me your support. Make sure you like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the post notification bell because we got the match reactions, we got videos, shorts, rumors, transfers, everything is coming, and it's every single day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. But yeah, man, the game itself, I feel like the first half, Newcastle were really well. As I said, it was WWE out there. They had Joe Linton, man, like David Otunga in midfield. This guy was just rolling around, just straight fuggery, straight fuggery, ruthless aggression, just out there elbowing players. What you see what he done to Bergvall? He just straight elbowed him, just clattering my players, letting the young boys just have it. And he took him until 75 minutes to get a yellow card. Honestly, I didn't like what happened. Newcastle, yeah, they had a good start to that game. Obviously, it fell their way. We obviously saw what happened with the goals. And they broke us down. They used that to build some momentum up. And then they took control of that first half. For the rest of you'd say the last 20 or 30 minutes, they really started to build up a lot better than us. They were retaining the ball a lot better than us. It seemed like every time we got the ball to our midfielders, two of them were pushing up a bit too high, or you may have had Bergvall coming a bit deeper. But as we did address on the match preview with Henry Wright and Specs, and then make sure you go check that out. The physicality of their midfield was just too much. I think we couldn't match it in the first half. I did say, obviously, it'd be a worrisome with some of the players that we do have, but Bergvall in there, Papsar and Kulusevski was always going to be a tough job. I didn't predict for that to happen. The second goal, I think it's fair to say that it was definitely very poor from Solanke. You can't be doing skills like that in our half, especially at 1-1. It's just so poor hold-up play. We lose the ball. They break down on the counter again. Archie Gray's holding the line a bit too deep, and Dragusin, man, Dragusin is Dragusin at this point. This guy is Dragusin. That's literally it. My man's just getting super uppercutted every game, embarrassing himself at this point. And all that chat that his agent used to do, I'm so glad he doesn't talk no more, because he was embarrassing his client. He's not a great player. He's not a top prospect. Man was talking about going to Real Madrid. Have you lost your damn mind? Have you lost your damn mind? There's no way Dragusin will be a Real Madrid player in my lifetime. And unless it's Dragusin Jr., yeah, it ain't happening. I'm telling you now, it's definitely not happening. But then we saw what happened in the second half. We come out a lot better and changed a few things. Reguilon coming for Dragusin because he couldn't finish the game. We had Reguilon at left back. We had no senior centre backs on the pitch. It's definitely fair to say I've been hearing some reports as to why Alfie Dorrington's not been playing. Apparently, I know he picked up a big injury at the back end of last season, but then going into this season, I've heard he's still had a few minor niggles, still hasn't come back to his full fitness, and hasn't even played that many under-23 games. So that must be as to why Ange hasn't been picking him to actually play. He's only been getting minutes here and there because you don't want to play an unfit 18-year-old in a big game like this. So he chucked Jed Spence into the back line. And to be honest, we actually look better. We look more fluid. We took control of the game. We took the game to Newcastle. He made 3 substitutions, took Bergvall off, took Sarr off, and took Werner off. I did think at that point, that's where you needed to take Johnson off. I don't want to make this a Johnson hate brigade and trying to jump off the back of it, but it's yet again another nothing performance from the kid. Another poor showing in front of goal. Another poor showing off the ball. No work. Every time the ball gets down that right-hand side, it just breaks down. He dribbles in straight lines. It's so weird. He's got no technique. No tech. Like, I could get better from a 12-year-old sometimes. I know some 12-year-olds will got better tech than this guy. It's crazy. It's crazy. This guy can't beat his man. We need to get an attacker in ASAP. We need someone more dynamic on that wing. Hopefully, Yan Min-hyuk can start to have an impact at one point. We can hopefully see him in the team. But Brennan Johnson should have been the sub for me. I feel like Bergvall should have stayed on. You take off Brennan Johnson, shift Kulusevski out on the right. And we already know what happens. We've seen that against Man City, and we've seen that against a few other teams, Southampton, I believe, as well. And we played a lot better. It was a lot more dynamic in the front line. The team combined a lot more well. Down the right-hand side, him and Porro are always dangerous. Again, I like Kulusevski in the middle better, but if we need to change something up in the game, that's what you need to do. We need to see that more. But Ange, man, like, I guess this game I can't look at him that there really is so many problems going on at Spurs, and that with this game is so many kids on the pitch, down to bare bones. I said it before the game even kicked off that it wasn't looking good, and lo and behold, it was not looking good, bruv. It didn't look good. It wasn't a great showing. I mean, they showed some fight. They fought back, but that wasn't enough. We're still, I think it's 5 losses and 6. Let me just check our form. Let me check our form at the moment. Our current form in the Premier League is 3 losses in the last 5. We've got Liverpool next in the Carabao Cup, and then Arsenal in the Premier League. And then things get a little bit easier, but things don't look good. Things do not look good. One thing I will say is keep out for a video. I'm hearing there is a here we go in this side of North London. I'm just waiting for the official, Fabrizio to give me the call to check in, and then we'll make the video. So keep an eye out for that tomorrow. The here we go may be here on a goalkeeper. So Fraser Forster, your days are done. Your days are done. But thank you for checking in. Thank you for watching another video. Yes, I know this is Durag Diaries and the Durag hasn't been back for a while, but it's coming back. With the signings, Spurs move serious, the Durag will be back. So Durag Diaries, this has been your boy Jords, and I'm out.